So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try some of the copper pellets. So I tried these last time I was here. I did a quick little test with those on a previous visit, and the results weren't particularly very favourable compared to the first time I shot those at 35 and then at 15. What I have also got is some more copper, and then the HM Field Target greens. So they're obviously not copper, but they are the lightest, and they are lead free as well. So I'll put those through the HW97 and just see if it fires a little bit differently through a Springer as opposed to it being through the PCP. What we use first is the Weihrauch Power. That's 10.65 grains, so hopefully in this wind it might stand the best chance of actually doing anything. So let's get out the HW97 and wish me luck. Well, so you can see the wind blowing quite strong from left to right. It also is coming from behind me. Smashed the shit out of that centre and then pulled a couple because I was obviously aiming to try and catch the wind. No idea why they didn't behave like this indoors. It's much better. Look, it's tiny. Right, let's put out the Field Target Power, which is 8.8 grains, and see if it has a similar result. Alright, so the first shot, I gave it half a mil dot hold under, just because I wasn't entirely sure. I haven't re-zeroed it or put the crosshairs on the target, and it's just drifted to the left, which I was aiming maybe on that side to counteract the wind, and obviously it wasn't reacting as much as I needed, and then it picked up. So not as good a grouping as the heavy pellet, but then again, I wouldn't have thought it would have done it in these conditions. So next up is going to be the Apollo Predator copper, and these are 10.8. So I didn't actually aim off really, I was aiming down the centre line. Obviously the wind's taking it over to the right hand side, which obviously is blowing that way anyway, but they're all pretty consistent. A mil dot and a half, and obviously sometimes the wind is coming from behind me, so I don't know if that's why some of them are shot up a bit higher. 10 shots, it's promising from a cheapish pellet. So what I'm going to use now is the Airbus Barracuda copper, 10.8, but these are a slightly different head shape. It's almost like the domed and the streamlined in the QYS, so these are slightly pointed. Right, gave it a mil dot and a half, and it went low, so picked it up to 2, or dropped it down to 2, and it went high. And then it went round a little bit, smashed out the centre, so I thought I'll put another 5 through, and then it groups. So I think it was just being affected by the wind a little bit. It has got a slightly different head shape, but it shouldn't have affected it that much. But then again, that wind was really coming through, it's quite noisy. So good shot, good group, no idea. So last one we've got is going to be the Field Target Trophy greens. So these are only 5.71 grains. So these literally I think could go anywhere. So watch this space. So, first shot, weren't entirely sure where it was going to go. Put the crosshairs on there. It was actually 1 mil dot over, so I had to constantly go over. So it's obviously still climbing by the time it reaches here at 25 yards or 25 metres. I allowed the wind, or aimed there, sorry, and the wind still took it over. It's still blustering. It's either coming from behind me or going. Which way is it going? That way. Oh, I can't remember. So allowed the wind to carry it. Started aiming off, mil dot over, slightly over, 8, all within an inch, quite comfortably. No, obviously that was me aiming. No flyers, no random unexpectedness. So don't get me wrong, there's probably a massive ricochet risk indoors, but field target trophy at 25 yards in my little Springer today, with a random blustery kind of wind. I don't see what the problem is. I think they're quite good actually, except the cost. So yeah, not bad at all. I'll see if I can find some in there, because I can see some. We'll see how much they've deformed as well. These are the field target trophies. Do you fire that again? Would you fire that again? There's not actually much to it. The head's not deformed at all, maybe a little tiny bit. Tiny bit of rifling on the skirt. For all intents and purposes, yeah, pick them up, fire them again. Anyway, so the Barracuda power performed as I'd expect it to. It has performed quite well before. The field target trophy power, what did that do? It drifted about in the wind a little bit. I can't remember which way it was now. Drifted about in the wind a little bit, but again, not too bad. The Apollo Predator, so this is a domed pellet, 10.8, so it's the same as the Barracuda power. Again, that grouped, that battery, wasn't it? It grouped quite well. Just let the wind do its thing a little bit, take it over to the right hand side, but I think there's potential there. The Barracuda, or the also this is the Air Boss Barracuda, so this is slightly different manufacturer and make. They actually grouped quite well in the end. It was that way, wasn't it? So after I figured out the aim point, took out the centre, and then it grouped there, 5 shots, so it's pretty good. And then 8 shots all within there, and it was only high up there because it was I was figuring out where the aim point was, and the little field target trophy. So the non-lead copper line type pellets, I think they're worth a shout actually. They do travel. They didn't work particularly well in the pistol because I just don't think it was firing it fast enough. As I say, put them in the HW80 and that was grouping quite well, hence why I got some more. So a bit of a better result than the last time I was trying to fire them two. Cool. Sun's come out.